Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, where in today's episode we're going to be continuing to talk about soul connections and what is our purpose. I started last video speaking a bit on how we can use challenging emotions and detrimental thoughts, sad thoughts, disheartening thoughts that come through our connections, romantic connections, platonic connections, but we never talked about the length of time about a connection, because a lot of the times we feel that there may just not be another person if the current situation is not working out, whether that is a romantic love, whether perhaps that is a friend or a job. Like, who else is going to hire me? Who else is going to love me? Who else is going to like me? But the truth is, we are in full control of the person standing in front of us at all times, because the world truly is a mirror. So all of our relationships are going to be mirroring an aspect of us from inside, and any aspect of us from inside that is not serving a purpose anymore, whether that is an anxious attachment style or an avoidant attachment style, a negative core belief about yourself, a narrative that is not serving you because it's also stuck in limitations, or you have a negative view of the world, something is meant to be gifted to you from that challenging experience, which then in turn will allow you to change your personality, right? Your makeup, the way you think about yourself, the way you relate yourself into the world, your attachment style, your core beliefs, your narrative, how you wake up in the morning, how you think of life, how you think of the world, how you think of the situations. Is everything happening for you, or is everything happening to you? Every hardship, do you feel so negative about it? Or every hardship, do you look at it and you believe and you know that there are no problems, just only solutions? Like, what lens do you come from? I can tell you what my lens used to be. My lens was very negative. That was the lenses of perception of life that were gifted to me as a child, and they continued to mirror my world until I went back to school to become a counselor. And then my whole life changed because I changed my inner state of being, which completely changed my point of frequency of attracting situations that are now meeting the new version of self that I had created, simply by changing the way that I think about myself, the way I think about the world, the way I think about life, changing my narrative therapy, changing my core beliefs, using cognitive behavioral therapy, and using CBT, sorry, I already said CBT, DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy, to really get a handle of my emotions, because emotions are energy in motion, and then the energy in motion, again, is that energetic point of frequency, which acts through the laws of attraction day in and day out. It just acts as it does, quantum physics, chemistry, and it brings in experiences that reflect truly who I am. And this is Anna Morfides, Spending Hearts Counseling, now a full professional counselor and life skills coach, dedicating this channel to all of us finally living our best life, because it is in our power and in our control to do this each and every single day of our lives, and every single moment we can harvest the potential of it to change our lives. And every day we have the opportunity to do the same thing. So going back to connections, there will always be somebody else, and there will always be something else. When we have an attachment to one specific thing, we're actually doing ourselves a huge disservice, because we're not able to see what else is out there, right? We're fixated on just one thing, but it's not the actual person and the thing. It's the potential that this person and or thing carries to finally give ourselves that neurotransmitter, or it's like dopamine or epinephrine or oxytocin, like the feel-good chemicals that were not cultivated when we were children. A lot of the times our parents were busy, they were unable, this is how they were taught, this is how they were raised, As if anyone back then knew about core beliefs and like attachment style, or like if I don't give my kid love, they're not going to be able to love themselves in the future, and they're always going to have everyone else on a pedestal and have a negative self-view of self, and they're always going to be chasing everything and everyone because they're going to need that external validation because it was never given to them when they were kids. No one knew this, but now we know this, but now we can also gift that experience to ourselves. So every time you feel a challenge from a soul connection, use that to your advantage, not only to help you, the very same thing that is giving you all that challenge, right? So like if you feel abandoned, not chosen, if you feel not protected, if you feel left out in the cold, angry, sad, whatever it is that you're feeling, take that feeling and transmute it into joy. How are we going to transmute the feeling into joy? Well, we have to figure out the cause of that feeling and or emotion in the first place. So if you're feeling left out in the cold, where are you leaving yourself out in the cold? If you're feeling not protected by the ones that love you, where are you not protecting yourself, and how are you not loving yourself? If you are feeling anger towards somebody else's action, where, in what areas in your life are you angry at yourself for? If you feel abandoned, where are you abandoning yourself? If you are having narratives such as they'll never change, or that could never happen, or they'll never like me, or they're bound to reject me, or like if you're bracing, your nervous system is like bracing for them to leave you, for that job opportunity to leave you, if you're just bracing for the other shoe to drop, there's trauma that lives in your body. So not only in your mind do you have a narrative like I'm not good enough, I'm bound to be rejected, I'm bound to be alone, I'm not protected, blah, 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 blah. This also lives in your body. I actually will put in my favorite person who does EFT, emotional freedom technique, like via tapping meridians in our body with the intention to stimulate the left and the right side of the brain hemispheres because it's all connected. And by tapping either side of the body, then we help the body integrate and process like the new narrative much easier and quicker. And along with then affirmations and a new narrative that we create in our heads, we can literally like transform our connections. And the beautiful thing is it's all dependent on you. So you change your inner state of being by what that challenge presented to you in the first place is, right? So take that feeling, work with that feeling, understand where it's coming from, change the source of it, like the very same source of that thought and feeling. Let's change that so then you can change your personality and then change your personal reality. And then you don't ever have to worry and fear if that same person, that job, that friend will be the one to rise to meet you, because that might last 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 3 years, 10 years, 15 years. We just don't know. The only thing that we do know is if we change, then out here changes too. So in counseling, satir family therapy is one of those modalities that focuses on that. Is a modality that focuses on the concept that we are all connected. And if one system changes in the family, the rest will also shift to change. So if there's a narrative that they'll never listen to me, they'll never rise to meet you, they'll never change, well, that's exactly what you're going to experience. But if you change your narrative, I trust and I have so much gratitude that I'm not going to be abandoned. I trust that I'm going to be heard. I trust that my boundaries are going to be honored. I trust that what you want without any fear is going to manifest. Then that person will rise to meet you. Or sometimes that person naturally falls away and somebody else that has the capacity to meet you there will show up. Or that job, or that friend, whatever it is, this is how it happens. There is no ifs and buts about it. And this is why it's not okay for us to limit ourselves to like just one specific person being that. But I know very well why we attach to things, because I was someone who was attaching to everything because external validation was out there. So if I was attaching to things, I was trying to get what I needed, but that would never work because I could never get what I need from outside things, because I was also attaching to things such as the other shoe's gonna drop, or I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, yeah, why doesn't anyone love me, or just various things that were causing me so much suffering. Now, don't have fear. I know sometimes that might feel fearful because you want that specific person, situation, but it's the energy of. So focus on the energy of that job you want to have, the energy of the friend you want to have. How do you want to feel in that environment? And then be that version of self, become that by working on yourself, doing the work, doing the tapping, doing the affirmations. The challenging situation that's causing you the discomfort is going to be the very same thing that is showing you anyways what is meant to elevate you and become your best version of self. So now it becomes a gift, and it's no longer why is this happening to me? Now it's why is this happening for me? Everything is always happening for us, and therefore we have the power to harvest that potential and turn it into something that will be helping our soul elevate and grow, because it turns out that's the point of life. And because we are wired to be connected, and this is how we are wired to, again, grow, is through our challenging experiences, through changing the narrative, adding gratitude, just taking the perspective that's not serving and turn it into the perspective that is the complete opposite, that is serving. I go into more depth into this in another video, which I'm going to link below, about how to like truly transmute the negative energies and the core beliefs that come through, using a tangible example that I have received consent for, and including, of course, anonymously. So if you're interested, please check out the video. And if you liked anything about this one, I would love a thumbs up, any subscriptions, and all of your support means the world to me. Questions, comments, concerns, or any future ideas for videos. I just really wanted to reiterate the fact that you never have to have fear about how long a connection lasts, because one is always coming, and it's always going to be okay. And totally trust the process. The universe doesn't want to hurt you. God doesn't want to hurt us. He knows exactly what he's doing. And every no is a setup for a better yes. And every setback is a setup for another better opportunity.